Hey y'all, I'm Chef Sandra Lewis with Life at the Table. I'm delighted to be your culinary guide today. I'm going to show you how to make a vinaigrette. Super simple, super easy. Look, if you open that refrigerator door and it wants to drop to the floor because it's filled with all kinds of vinaigrettes or dressings, look, you can make your own at home. Save yourself a little bit of money and you don't need all those extra ingredients. You look at the back of a bottle of a vinaigrette at the grocery store, it's got upwards of 20 ingredients. Guess how many ingredients I have here today? I have olive oil, red wine vinegar, Dijon mustard, and a tiny bit of salt. So let me show you how easy this comes together. First of all, gather up your tools. I have a whisk and I got a measuring spoon here. And here is what I want to show you, because when we make a vinaigrette, we're going to need 2 hands. So underneath, I have this little bit of shelf liner. It is perfect for keeping things stable on your countertop. I have a smaller bowl on bottom, outfitted with a towel, and that is going to help me keep this bowl super steady as I make my vinaigrette. Now, what's the method? Look, cooking is all about ratios. And the simple ratio for a vinaigrette is 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. And that's traditional. Now, is that my favorite ratio? Probably not. I like things a little bit more tangy. So today I'm going to show you my ratio for making a vinaigrette, which is 2 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. Or, I said vinegar, but really it could be any acid. It can be vinegar. Name the vinegar. It could be lemon juice. It could be orange juice. Any kind of an acid that provides the flavor that you're looking for. So today, red wine vinegar. So I have 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. It is going into my bowl. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Dijon mustard. Yeah, Dijon adds a little bit of flavor, but the important thing that Dijon mustard adds to our bowl here is a little emulsification. It's going to help that red wine vinegar and that olive oil come together. So just a little bit. I don't like my vinaigrettes super mustardy, so I'm going to add just a ½ teaspoon. Now, is it going to be, a permanent emulsification? No, but it's going to come together and then you can easily shake it up between uses and have a wonderful homemade vinaigrette, super delicious. So into this bowl, again, I've got my red wine vinegar, I've got my Dijon mustard. I'm going to go ahead and put just a tiny bit of kosher salt here. We always just want to season, right? Seasoning, proper seasoning helps flavors bloom. And then I've got my olive oil. And so here's the trick. First, you're going to whisk together this red wine vinegar and this Dijon mustard. And you'll notice that I'm doing that with one hand. And guess what? My bowl isn't rolling all over my table. So this is the setup that you need. Now, once you have whisked this all together, here's the trick. You're going to take this beautiful, wonderful olive oil that you have, and you are going to slowly, and by the way, I have a ½ cup of olive oil, because remember my ratio 2 to 1, 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar and a ½ cup of olive oil. And you're going to slowly drizzle it into the bowl. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. And you want to just see that coming together of that red wine vinegar and that olive oil. And again, this is so helpful to have this set up. Makes it super easy for you to make vinaigrettes at home. Whisk, whisk, whisk. And it gives you a little workout on the old dominant arm there, right? Just a little bit more. All right, yay, done. Y'all, so easy, but so good. And you can see here, my red wine vinaigrette is together. Now, how can we use this red wine vinaigrette? Y'all, this is how easy it is to use up this beautiful sauce, because that's really what a vinaigrette is. It's a sauce. So I have here some shaved fennel or chopped fennel, and I'm just going to take this beautiful herb, so very tasty, and lay it out here. Now I could also toss it in this red wine vinegar dressing, or red wine vinaigrette dressing, but it's a little bit much for this salad. So I'm just going to take it, and there we go. And then I am going to take a little bit of this vinaigrette, and I'm going to drizzle it over this fennel with this bowl. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Oh, how easy is that? Now, if you were to go to a restaurant, right, and ask for this shaved fennel salad with a red wine vinaigrette, how much would it be? It would be way too much than what you're interested in paying, I can guarantee you that. And then look, here are some of the fronds from that fennel. Voila. Easy to do, good for you, and delicious. So make red wine vinaigrette at home. All right, thanks y'all.